Just, just by the hair of everybody's chinny chin chin. All right. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Judging by their laugh, everybody's doing all right. All right, I'm trying to pull up your screen because we're live. All right. Guess what we're talking about today? Guess what we're talking about? We are talking about, all right, there we go. We are talking about Message to the Angry Black Woman in America, Part 1. Today is Sunday, September 18th, 2022. The show intentions is to wake up all compatible listeners and viewers. This lecture is to show honor and respect to the real women and to cause separation of the bad apples because it's time to know who's who. Again, message to the angry black woman in America. Here we go. There will be no disclaimers on this lecture. I will not say I am not talking about all women. I really want to take the glamour away from this action. A lot of people do that. We talk. I ain't talking about all women. We talk. I ain't talking about all, man. I know it seems empowering for people to walk on eggshells around you or around you or around you. But you know that people walk on eggshells around insane people too. Okay. Because again, we do take that as honor, like people walk around eggshells around me. Well, in scary movies, you walk around eggshells around the psychopathic killer. So instead of doing the disclaimer shuffles, I will just give definitions to words that I will be actually using to make my points. And I pray to God that you at least have the ability to Google or look up the definitions to these words so we can have a forward-moving conversation and not those tired circular conversations that go nowhere except in those nasty little circles. You ever felt dizzy arguing with somebody? Like, what if your car just went in circles all the time instead of going straight to destinations? Okay? So, these terms I will be using in here, but you can know the definitions behind them. There's about 7 of them. Here we go. The definition of all, used to refer to the whole quantity or extent of a particular group or thing. All women. Next one, many. The definition of many, a large number of, many women. Next definition, a lot, a large number or an amount, a great deal, a lot of women. Next one, some, the definition of some, a least, a small amount or a number of people or things, some women. Next, the definition of a few. A small number of, a few women. The definition of exception. A person or thing that is excluded from a general statement or does not follow a rule. Now, these rare women are rare women. Last definition, majority. The greater number, most or a large number of women. Okay? So, moving forward. Now, if any one of y'all interrupt my lecture in the chat to argue one of these definitions that I just gave you, then I will know you came to argue. And again, I know this is a disclaimer, right? But I have to give a disclaimer to everybody here. So then I know you came to argue. Or you're just argumentative because you don't fully comprehend. Or when you don't fully understand the thing, you become argumentative. And again, I know that's nobody on here. Okay, so according to many women that I respect and love and cherish, A lot of them say being out of divine positioning is a reason, not the full reason, but being out of divine positioning is a reason why so many women are currently angry. I say in God's movies about her life, it's called Woman Queen. While other human movies about her life is now being called Woman King, which is finally being unpacked. So it's something to talk about. But let's start at the woman's crown, okay? I thought we talked about why she's so angry. Did you know that wigs turn women into different women? I remember back as a child, a young teenager, I would see all type of videos and TV shows and all type of imagery on TV, talk shows, when women used to talk about wearing different wigs to bed so their husbands felt like they were going to bed with a different woman. Another reason why there's a lot of so-called angry black women in America is taking love advice from people from a different energy or with a different energy and vibration, from the man they want to date or from the man they want to be in a relationship with or the man they want to be married to. So the outcomes from that horrible advice will always co-create failure for all participators. Many black women tell me, now again, I believe in duality, up, down, boy, girl, dry, wet, skinny, fat, good, evil, God, devil, nothing, something. Every problem has a solution. So I research with women that I think are reputable to even talk this talk. So remember, this is not my opinion. This is my opinion on top of research that agrees with my opinion. Many black women tell me that people call them angry to diminish the value of what they're actually saying. Many of them also admitted that the tone of what they say and how they say it is very important. But if they don't like you, then logic doesn't need to be thoroughly followed by them. Now, I'm not saying I agree with that, but I understand that they agree with that. Because I've seen that. I've seen women be like, oh my God, I like him. I'm going to talk to you like this. Oh my God, I'm not attracted to him. Let me throw logic and reasoning out. I don't care what I'm doing because I don't like you. Not saying all. We said no disclaimers. I'm going to stick with it because I didn't say the disclaimer yet, so I'm going to stick with that. Now, could some of the black women's anger come from chemicals? Now, this is a good question. This is a good one. Could some of black women's anger come from chemicals? Now, did you know that many black women around the earth walk around with at least 5 pounds of chemicals outside and inside their bodies? Chemicals like, but not limited to, soaps with an S chemicals, lotions chemicals, perfumes chemicals, makeup chemicals, hair care chemicals, food chemicals, water chemicals, and even air chemicals. Shout out to the chemtrails in your city. Now, I have a question for you all. Now, pay attention to this. I got a question for you all. Pay attention. Now, if I gave you a choice to only pick one, okay? Y'all can only pick one. Number one, you can love yourself or you can know yourself. Which one would you pick? Put it in the chat. You can only pick one. Love yourself or know yourself. Which one would you pick? Now, many black women are angry because guess what they chose? They chose to love themselves. And again, this is talking with other women who I'm like, I agree with that. So I'm like, I'm gonna share. I'm gonna share that. Thank you, Jason. Will you have our approval? What if other people get mad? Thank you, Jason. You have our approval. Okay, y'all gonna balance out the women that don't. Okay, cool. I get it. Many black women are angry because they chose to love themselves. But when these women date, they tell the other person that they're currently interested in, let's get to know each other better so we can fall in love with each other one day, someday, or later. Love yourself or know yourself. I have never met a woman say, let's start off loving each other so we can get to know each other better. Yeah, that sounds silly, doesn't it? Put it in the chat if you... No, don't do that. Okay. You love what you know. Just like you hate what you know. You dislike what you know. You develop what you know, while ignorance or lacking knowledge can be a blissful experience. We are being tricked to develop what we love, live what we love, and work with what we love. But we are depressed because we don't know how to do it. They want to influence black women to only respect a certain people. But I say, you don't have to be physically attracted to someone to give them to respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. How many so-called ugly people have you respected and had a respectable conversation with? Think about it. None. Then you might be, I'm just playing. So a lot of this so-called anger comes from other sold-out black women. Oh, he called them a sellout. Yeah, my meaning of sold out, meaning sold out to that demonic energy transfer that works or does not work on black women. I'll say that again. The definition of sellout of what I'm saying is selling out or sold out to that demonic energy transfer that works or does not work on black women. So again, a lot of this so-called anger comes from the other sold out black women having your back the wrong way. If there is a such thing as good support, then bad support is a reality too. Shout out to all the bad bras for sale. So, a real black goddess in New Orleans told me recently that it starts at home. It's important how little girls are spoken to. Many moms, not mothers, are incredibly harsh and mean to their daughters. But she said, as a woman of color, I speak words of encouragement, beauty to my daughters. She's not being raised with the complex because love is within. And I was like, yeah, that's dope. Because again, I'm interviewing mothers, but I'll never forget that. So I'm asking you this. Can angry and peace go to the same college? I'm going to ask you this again. Can angry and peace go to the same college? Yes. They can go to MSU, which stands for Mind State University. There's a war against the proper goddess development of black women. The devil is toxically protecting you. Give her 50 feet. The devil is toxically protecting you. The devil is protecting women. The devil doesn't allow anyone to say anything about you. Can't say nothing about her. And the devil wants you so full of yourself and above critique and accountability that this allows you to destroy I'm sorry. You need to be single too. So this allows you to destroy yourself by yourself. And the people you are close to gonna get it too. But you're gonna destroy yourself. And again, I'm not saying this is what you're doing. This is the plan. For you to destroy yourself by yourself. Possessed women want to talk. Jason, God is a woman. All right. Oh, some man want to talk. No, no, no. God is a man, Jason. All right. What I'm thinking in my head, God is not a man or a woman. God is the cause and creator of genders. But okay. Because literally God created woman, so little parts of God can be a woman, and a little parts of God could be a man, but the creator and the cause of genders is bigger than that. Moving forward. Now the present future says the past is over. Okay? The present futures says the past is over, meaning we are never going back to how women used to be. I tell men this all the time. We will never, and we are never going back to how women used to be because we don't have a time machine. The future is forward. So where are they trying to influence and lead women? Lies. Here's some lies that sold out women told open-minded women. So, we're going to say the sold out women, again, to those devil energies that works in black women or does not work in black women. Lie number one. Your career can replace your love life. The term partner started in the era of couples living together instead of marriage, civil unions, and common law. Some blame it on the 1960s while others blame it on the early part of the 70s. So let's just say around 1965-ish. The term girl magic was created to trick them into doubling the taxable workforce while cutting the marriage tax breaks in half. I'll say that again. The term girl magic was created to trick them into doubling the taxable workforce, okay? So trick them into doubling the taxable workforce while cutting the marriage tax breaks in half. Lie number two. You have the same sexual nature as men. You can have sex with as many partners as men. The so-called ironic thing is, insane men actually have been trying to get women to think like this for over 100-some years or thousands of years. So a lot of the guys are not like arguing with this one. Unfortunately, a lot of guys aren't really like, man, we need to stop them from doing that. I've never heard them with that. So shout out to everybody trying to beat Will Chamberlain's scoring records. No pun intended. Because judgment is a confession of character, okay? Meaning, or I'll say many black women are being set up to confuse strength and courage with anger. So many black women are being set up to confuse strength and courage with anger. Participating black women must own the parts that they play in the fueling of their stereotypes. And I know, just like black men need to do. I know. But ask yourself, why would so many discerning people chronically think of you as angry? Besides the constant marketing and advertising campaigns shoved down your throats. Now, marketing and advertising, this form of strength is beginning to show up as very unhealthy for black women. Now, imagine being able to do 30 push-ups. That's all you can do. You can only do 30 push-ups. But you are asked to do push-ups with no end number. Just do the push-ups. Then if you're just doing push-ups, then burnout will happen inevitably because you can only do 30 and they just told you to do push-ups, so you're going to burn out. Would you agree that black women, the real black women, deserve a world that doesn't require her to be so strong all the time with no end date? Just be strong. Okay, how long? For the rest of your life. Or is it, again, to work her to unhealthiness or to work her to death? These are questions. The stronger black women are unrealistically portrayed, the more inferior their medical care seems to get too. And how many black women have you interviewed about how differently they're treated in the medical world from other cultures of women? Haven't you noticed that films like Hidden Figures show how awesome black women can help grow a company, but these same screens portray her as tired around her husband, are only energetic enough to argue with her man, boyfriend, husband, or a partner? How else are black women portrayed in westernized media? Well, let's look at number one, the mammy. Now, the mammy is usually a heavier set black woman with no life. Her sole goal in life is to enhance the white families she works for, like white men, white women, and white children. Now, number two, the Jezebel. Now, the Jezebel is the oversexed woman. Her only power is in her body and sexual influence over men. Number three, the Sapphire. Now, this is the man eater, the emasculator of men, the woman whose voice and words cuts the man she speaks to and speaks with. There was an actual character. Now, I want y'all to do y'all research. And again, I'm going to show y'all the influence. Because if y'all look back on it, y'all going to literally be like, man, why is she so bad? I promise you, look at this. This is going to change the way you look at TV today. There was an actual character on the Amos and Andy show named Sapphire Stevens. Oh, he said the Sapphire, and her name was literally Sapphire. Her name was Sapphire Stevens. Look it up. She was the representation of angry black woman even back then. She actually looked fairly good too. She was called for those times. I'm being funny. But you can see how she dealt with other black men of her time. I'm telling you, look it up. Her name is Sapphire Stevens. All right. Now, looking back at all the behavior representatives for black women of America to emulate, you can see how the participating black women are copying what is being overly marketed and advertised to them. What if every emotion, anger, and other triggers aren't really theirs? I'm going to say that again. Women are so emotional and angry and we have triggers. I'm going to ask you this question. What if every emotion, anger, and other triggers aren't really yours? What if it's just a program pushed upon you and you're angry when you're angry because you're psychologically stuck in that mindset that mindset inside of that mind state. You stuck in it, so you will be angry. So think about it. How many black writers and black producers that love black people are in the positions to portray blacks right? Now, thank God for the internet, because before the internet, imagery wars were heavier or harder to combat. Or no? Think about it. Now, did you know that there are black women that are very angry due to the lies of older and younger women of different cultures that subscribe to all of this madness? Question in the chat. List the ways in which women were lied to. Okay, I'll stop at 8. Number 1. Hey, black women, be angry at black men, but never be mad at the historic systems against your people. Number 2. Hey, destroy your homes. It'll all work itself out in the end. Number 3. Hey, become your career. Material things and staying super busy will make you happy. Number 4, divest from what co-created you and your ancestors. Number 5, only black boys are funneled in the school prison pipeline. Number 6, be unrealistically strong all the time. Yeah, be unrealistically strong all the time. Even at the times of so-called weakness, So you could be sick and really just need rest. Yeah, be strong. Michael Jordan had a flu game. But on The Last Dance, he said he caught it from a pizza. Or he caught flu from a pizza. Okay, let's move forward. Michael Jordan's cool. I'm just like, never because, okay, so again, be unrealistically strong all the time. Even at the times of so-called weakness. So never become the divine feminine energy from God. Say that again. Never ever become the divine feminine energy from God. Join black girl magic created by humans. Yeah, humans. 7, stop supporting black movements, especially in the 1960s throughout the 70s, because people like to argue dates. So stop supporting black movements in the 60s and 70s and help women from other cultures build their perspectives of feminism. And 8, the last lie. Your career will not work you to death or add dangerous, stressful ingredients to your mental and overall health. That's the used car salesman. Okay. 19 Keys said, before we were ever lied to, because we do that a lot. We were lied to. We're being lied to. Hey, you just lied to me. We were lying to ourselves. Stop trusting your current judgment if your current judgment keeps letting you down. My current judgment just let me down on that one. I'm going to currently, in the future, I'm going to currently judge like that again. When a black woman finds a man that she's interested in or loves, I'm going to say this, I don't care. It could be black women in the future. Y'all going to see this and be like, yeah, in 2022, they was crazy. Who cares? When a black woman, and again, the black woman that I'm talking about, because again, it's some black women who are not feeling this and rewind this to the very beginning, and that's why there will be no disclaimers on here. So when a black woman finds a man that she is interested in or loves, you must strategically start getting rid of bitter friends, bitter family members, because there's a high chance, this is a small chance, there's a high chance that they will ruin things out of conscious or subconscious ignorance and emotions. There is also a growing number of black women leaving the churches for westernized witchcraft and mind control groups. Hey, you want to join this mind control group? We're just going to take your mind from you. Yeah, I'll leave church. Hey, you want to join some witchcraft? We about to set up so much spiritual karma that's going to come back on you. Do you want to join this? Oh, yeah, I'm going to leave the church. And mind control groups, right? So believing, a lot of these black women are believing that they're joining spiritual groups. I'm going to find my spiritual self. Even though the mind is all. It's spirituality. Well, take away your mind and spell spirituality. Just spell it. I'm not refuting that you are spiritual. But just take away your mind and spell spirituality or spell spiritual. Or just write the letter S. But don't use your mind. Okay. So, even though a lot of black women are leaving the church to join these witchcraft and mind control groups, we know witches have been known to enjoy attending a little church time to time. So that I didn't get that part, but because I know witches like going to church. I don't know why, but they do. This style of toxic witchcraft is about power and control over particular humans. Now, many curses that devil-possessed people are trying to push on black women of many different generations to give a man his favorite fish or drink mixed with her menstrual blood. I know y'all heard about that. And again, some people who be like, oh my God, I never heard of that. My brain is not going to go and cross-reference it. I'm offended. Cool. Women who do this Crazy thing, they are told that this ties him to her forever. Many women are destroying their minds, spirits, and energy, listening to evil, non-expert advice because the singing group called Karma, Reaping and Sowing, and the Cause and Effect Band are always touring. I'm going to say that again. The singing group called Karma, Reaping and Sowing, and the Cause and the Effect Band are always touring. So when the slogan first came out, I was very skeptical about the slogan. Black Girl Magic, which never completely sat right with me, especially when I saw other cultures of women that hate black people and the co-creators of black people start chanting and supporting it. Now again, Jason, you talk to Caucasian people, you talk, yeah. If, like Dick Gregory said, black people are mad at the wrong white people, you should listen to that lecture. Y'all literally think it's one big group of white people. I'm like, white people out here doing, like, are depressed and going through. White supremacy kicks white people's butt too. That's what white people tell me. Anyway, Deuteronomy 18:9. Deuteronomy 18:9. When you enter the land the Lord your God is giving you, be careful not to imitate the detestable customs of the nations living there. That's what the Bible says? Okay. Revelations 22:18 states, but cowards, unbelievers, the corrupt, murderers, the immoral, those who practice witchcraft, idol worshippers, and all liars, their fate is in the fiery lake of burning sulfur. This is the second death. Now, many humans believe this hell is an actual place. While other humans believe that this hell is a state of mind, wherever you say it is, it's not a fun reality. We all agree upon that, right? Okay. Now, the religious shift in America is very fascinating. And I'll just stop that part there. The religious shift in America has been very fascinating. But now, did you know that hair can change behavior? And is there an evil energy, vibration, or spirits in wigs? Well, according to the law of vibration, everything on this planet and universe moves or vibrates. We also know that the energy cannot be destroyed but transferred. Yes or no? Can the creators and producers of things transfer energies on their products and services? Many black women were never taught how wigs influence their moods. Check this out. A great hairstyle influences a woman's mood. A bad hairstyle or a bad hair day influences or affects a woman's mood. A fake hair wig can affect a woman's mood, but a real hair wig is a major energy transfer with karmas attached. Check this out. Jason, you're getting spooky now. Check this out, because that does sound spooky. I remember seeing a presentation about how real energy is. But we are so desensitized to where and how energy transfers occur. Okay? So the speaker, there's a pencil. This speaker had a pen. And the speaker passed around a pen that Albert Einstein used to write his best equations. Ooh. So all the attendees wanted to touch it. Yeah, I'll touch that pen. I'll touch it. So they passed around Albert Einstein's pen that he used to write his best equations. Yeah, I want to touch that. Now, the second item was serial killers Jeffrey Dahmer's hoodie he used to wear when he was killing people. The presenter tried to pass the hoodie around, but no one wanted to touch it. Why? Because when you feel like it, we know energy transfer exists. Now, do you know whose hair is really on your head? Do you know whose energy that you're wearing on your crown energy area? Or you mean crown chakra? I'm just going to say crown energy area or cranium area. Now, are there evil energies, vibrations, or spirits in makeup? Well, again, according to the law of vibration, everything on this planet and universe moves or vibrates. And we also know that energy cannot be destroyed but transferred. Yes or no? Can the creator of things transfer bad or good energies on their products and services? Remember we was talking about that Jezebel energy, right? 2 Kings 9:30. 2 Kings 9:30. And when Jehu was come to Jezreel, Jezebel heard of it. So Jehu came to Jezreel, and Jezebel heard about it. And she painted her face and tired her head and looked out the window. Most people are like, Jason, who's Jehu? I kind of barely know who Jezebel is. But I know that's a bad word because that energy means I kind of know this is bad. I'm talking about, I asked, does makeup make women do certain things? Now, again, I'm talking about the woman that it works for. So according to 2 Kings 9:30, which is older than me, which is older than my great-grandparents, it said and everybody keeps claiming about this Jezebel energy, so I wanted to study what Jezebel would do right before her death, according to the Bible. And Jehu was come to Jezreel, and Jezebel heard of it, and she painted her face and tired her head and looked out the window. Well, according to the Bible, she was about to be murdered. But if she was really tapped in with God, getting to an escape route, instead of making sure her lip gloss was popping and her edges were straight, would have been on her current mind. So according to the Bible, she was thrown from that window, and her unattended body, meaning nobody checked on her, was devoured by dogs. Did nobody warn her? According to the Bible, fulfilling a prediction of Elijah. Being cued at the wrong times of a spiritual and material war of time. How's that working out for everyone? So as a child reading that story, I always looked at it as cuter hair and makeup gave her the energy to play the role that killed her. I don't think that's the first time Jezebel wore makeup according to those scriptures. And I know a lot of people will be like, Jezebel energy. And I'm like, what did you think about the story? No, I never read the story, but I know that's a bad part of the Bible. But remember, the law of duality says everything has an opposite. Up, down, boy, girl, dry, wet, skinny, fat, good, evil, God, devil, nothing, something. Every problem has a solution. So there's makeup and women who wore makeup, according to the Bible, who was dope, according to men and women and communities. I'll read it to you. But I just wonder who made Jezebel's and makeup and hair products. Because whoever was that, because again, the Bible never said who made Jezebel's makeup. But that was probably a bigger monster than Jezebel. Beauty allows women to open themselves up to be spiritually mounted by bad or good energies. Now again, here let's Jason, you talking about bad women all the time. Talk about some good women or good women. Like Esther, who saved her people and her whole nation. She had a good job. According to the Bible, she saved her nation. She was a queen. Did she wear makeup? Okay. According to the Bible, in Esther 2:12, now when every maid's turn was come to go to the king Ahasuerus, after that she had been 12 months. 12 months. According to the Bible, that a lot of people who say they're Christians, she had to wait 12 months to learn and to get beautified to meet the king. And again, according to the Bible, she saved her people. She saved her whole nation. And I said, she had makeup on? And she, again, because Jezebel had makeup and got thrown out the window. So, now when every maid's turn was come to go to the king Ahasuerus, after that she was been 12 months, according to the manner of the women, for so were the days of their purification accomplished. To wit, 6 months with oil of myrrh, and 6 months with sweet odors, and with other things for the purifying of the women. So you see how long she had to purify herself and get beautified and learn all that stuff? Women are going to the club putting on makeup. And again, according to even the movies, actors that put on makeup all the time and being in a role, they have to go to counseling to get out of the role. And that's a fact in acting. But we still don't understand putting on makeup all the time. And you're a role. Because if you rolled out of bed and went and lived life, you would not act the same that you do with makeup. So it is a role, and it's just like acting. But according to Esther 2:12, she had to wait 12 months and learn beautifications, and they work with women, and they was purifying women. And I said, dang, so is makeup dangerous? Now watch this. Jason, I don't believe in the Bible. Give me some real deep sci-fi stuff about women in makeup. Okay. Well, did you know fallen angels teach humans about makeup and other dangerous things? Okay, yeah, that's up my alley. Well, did you know that there's a fallen angel in the book of Enoch called Azazel? And he taught humans things like weapons, sorcery, and cosmetics. Enoch was found among the Qumran scrolls, which many scholars believe were taken from the temple when the rightful high priesthood was ousted. So again, even according to the book of Enoch, cosmetics, sorcery, and weaponry was taught by fallen angels. Fallen angels, according to these texts, were not good people, according to these texts. So it's pause and check in time. All right. Not knowing who these two women elders are will guarantee more angry black women. So again, not knowing these two elders, female elders, you are guaranteeing yourself more anger. Number one, not knowing Dr. Frances Cress Wilson, who masterfully interprets the origins of white supremacy culture, winning TV debates with so-called educated white supremacists. That's one. Number two, Shahrazad Ali, the author of The Black Man's Guide. She wrote this, The Black Man. The author of The Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman. Get to know those two women. If you are a black woman that don't want to be angry, a lot of good information there. Now, back to so-called untrained minds. Jezebel versus Esther beautification methods. So you see what Esther, according to the Bible, went through just to get pretty. And Jezebel painting her face right before she getting killed. Can a quick makeover, beauty products, and surgeries be one of the most demonic things you can do to a woman or girl? Because a woman needs to be prepared for beauty, according to these scriptures, like the Esther story, that took 12 months to learn many parts of beauty, and she was being properly prepared again, according to the Bible. So let's begin to unpack some of the lies about love, relationships, marriage, and cohabitation, which again, has a lot to do with why people put on makeup and do things and they want to be pretty, because the movie type romance for women is to, no, I'm going to say that slower. I'm going to say it slower. The movie type romance for women is to be taken as serious as video game violence for impressionable youth. I'm going to say this again. That TV movie type romance for women during this day and age, during these times, is to be taken as serious as video game violence for impressionable youth. Women are also being fed the lie that when they get bored, when they get annoyed, when they get angry, to begin to claim that it's because their men are toxic. These are learned talking points. It's also assumed in Western culture that when a marriage or relationship breaks down, it's probably the man who was the toxic cause, wasn't it? The man was the toxic cause. This is what a lot of women are trained to say. This is not the relationship or marriage that Disney taught me about as a young girl. Therefore, I'm unhappy, right? That's what they be saying. I'm unhappy. That's the biggest one. Okay. So women are also influenced. Now again, you said women be doing. I said women are influenced. Black women are influenced to create toxicity in their relationships or marriages, and then blessed with the talking points to play the victim to the reactions. Now again, play the victim to the reactions. Play the victim to the reactions they receive from others that believe their stories and descriptions of truth. Now, according to many historical accounts, now this is going to happen anyway. I hate to say it, but this is going to happen. It's prolonged starvation and poverty, the only realities that keep humans together in Western culture. Go study the Great Depression. And again, maybe y'all saw something I didn't see, but the Great Depression, I didn't see nobody saying, I don't need no woman, I don't need no man. Families were sticking together. People's egos was kind of, some of the dopest people I ever met in my life were going through some really crazy times during those times. But again, what got them out of it was, again, more information put on their mind whenever it came and robbed and saved them. So we have mental depression, and we have a mental depression problem. But last time this happened outside of our bodies, we called the communities a part of the Great Depression. You only get depression in your body. No, the Great Depression was so bad that the communities was depressed, let alone the inside of your bodies being depressed. The park bench you would sit on was depressed. Like it got into your clothing. They literally made depression just merge with humans. And everybody called this. We in the Great Depression. So giving it life. So is hypergamy lying to women since the first time that energy interacted with early humans? So again, is hypergamy an energy that's been lying to human, or lying to black women or human women since the first time that energy ever interacted with early humans? Well, due to this energy possession, when in a relationship or marriage with a possessed person like this, their eyes will always be on the exit because of the replacement of man with government. Who are the men that are actually toxic to women? Number one, male feminists. According to the Urban, I went with the Urban, it was funny, but I went with the Urban Dictionary. So male feminist, according to the Urban Dictionary, a male who repeats empty, overused feminist buzzwords and mantras he read somewhere on social media and brags about how woke he is, incorrectly believing it will get him laid. Yeah, after my speech. White supremacist man. What's the definition of that? Well, a white supremacist man that I'm talking about is a person who believes that white peoples constitute a superior race and should therefore dominate a specific society, typically the exclusion or detriment of other racial and ethnic groups. And then last but not least, different cultures of men who hate her black husbands, her black fathers, her black brothers, her black sons, but magically has so much love for only the co-creators of Black Boys and Black Men. So in close of part one, We will have to go inside the internet, the black mirror, because we are not created to interact the way we've been interacting with each other. And that's why a lot of depression and problems is going on. Because so many people need a hug, but we got a hug emoji. We got a hug emoji now. I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna text you a hug. So, we are here to leave our marks on the world and the internet. So again, I'm here to leave my mark on the world. The world's the internet now. On the world, make it online. Go take it online first. So make your mark in the world, but make it on the internet too, because that's the world of the children. All right? And many newly formed alternate realities. So the internet and newly forming alternate realities. It will be newly formed. It's never going to stop. Once you feel like you got it, it's going to be a new reality. Just make sure you pass it off the right way. All right? It's part 1. Thank you for joining me for another Sunday Bars presentation. Looking forward to building with you next time. Let's work. Now let's get into these questions because I know the chat is going crazy. Peace and love.